Should be a fun one here at the Kohl Center as the official comes out. Tip getting ready for the clock, and we are off and running at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin controlling the tip, and Ronnie Porter, kind of like the de facto quarterback of this team, starting at the point guard position.
She's someone that's really come into her own, especially this season. You know, she didn't get many minutes last season, but she's really proved herself and has really been a leader for this team as well.
Jimenez's shot no good, but out of bounds on the Nittany Lions, so it'll be Penn State's rebound here just about 15 seconds into this matchup. Jimenez covers the inbound at the top of the key. She'll find Porter. Porter looking for a screen, unable to get the pass inside to Sarah Williams. That was stolen away by Owusu, and quick transition play for Penn State as they get on the board first.
And Penn State did exactly as they do. They make those transition passes. They move that ball of the court in seconds, and that's exactly what they have started to do.
You can see that full court press from Penn State as Jimenez is eventually able to get it past half court. Stramik now looking for someone to go to. She finds Leisinger. Sarah Williams at the high post elbow, unable to get that one to fall. Kapanis with the quick recovery as she sends it out to Chesky for three. Get this party started for the Nittany Lions.
And the Nittany Lions also had an impressive three-point game against Iowa as well, trying to bring that dynamic. They had a really impressive offensive push like we mentioned earlier, and really trying to carry that momentum over.
Absolutely, a high-octane offense for this Nittany Lions team. They shoot over 40% from downtown, and if they're able to get going quickly, they are definitely going to be using that to their advantage. Back on the court now, Ronnie Porter at the wing. She'll give it off to Leisinger for the response, and she gets that one in for her first basket of the day. Penn State with the response, counter punch, and that's gonna be Chesky once again from deep. You can see that Penn State high-octane offense, but a pressing defense as well, already causing problems for the Badgers. That one nearly tipped away as they get to Leisinger, give and go to Sarah Williams in the post. That one unable to fall. She recovers her own rebound, gets the foul before the shot goes up. Sarah Williams having an incredible season for the Wisconsin Badgers, averaging in double-double figures. We talked about 8 consecutive double-doubles for her entering today's game. She gets ready to take the first free throw right now. First one just short on there for the Brooklyn native.
And she's someone coming into this game 86 for 108 free throws. So someone has an impressive stat with that as well and is able to find a little bit of success just now.
She gets her first points of the day. Penn State looking for the response. They're gonna try with Owusu. Gets that from the high post. Penn State off to an aggressive run so far, 10-4 in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, Owusu getting those points. I mean, she just recently got her 1,500th point as well. So someone's really been productive, even though she's just come into the game in January.
Corner three for Jimenez. That one is unable to fall, and Kapanis trying to take it all the way. She'll kick it back out to Chesky for three, and Marissa Mosley's gonna call a timeout. So after a quick little break early in this first quarter, we are back in action. And already trouble for the Badgers, goes out of bounds on the Nittany Lions, so another inbounding opportunity for Wisconsin here. Leisinger able to get that one in cleanly to Ronnie Porter as they're able to get it past the half-court line. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Ronnie Porter gets screen set for her. Dips inside to Sarah Williams, 2-on-1, gets fouled. Actually, they're gonna call a travel on Sarah Williams, so quick turnover there from the Badgers out of the timeout.
That's something that Wisconsin's got to be careful for. If they're able to get the ball in their offensive side of the court, they got to be able to move the ball and not get those turnovers, especially when Penn State plays a full court press.
Pinto gonna inbound it for the Nittany Lions, and Allie Campbell will take it up the court after checking in. Finding Owusu at the top of the key for the long two. She gets that one out of the timeout.
I mean, she's someone you can't give space. She has 8 straight games scoring 10 or more points and just started playing in January like we mentioned. So someone, once she gets going, she can roll. Led the team in their game versus Iowa with 18.
Sarah Williams off the pass from Natalie Leisinger to get the scoring started for the Badgers. And that was a necessary basket to Rachel, as Penn State was finding themselves on a run as they're gonna try with Kapinis muscling on the inside post for 2 for her.
And that's something that Wisconsin's got to be careful for. That's what happened in their Northwestern game. Northwestern was just able to take away on points, capitalize on some of Wisconsin's mistakes, and let the game kind of get out of hand. That's something Wisconsin's got to stop now.
Inbound pass to Sarah Williams. She was unable to bring that one down. Now Chesky gonna take it up the court herself. Bounce pass on the inside, just off of the baseline. Missed the target on there, so first turnover for Penn State.
And this is a impressive turnover from Penn State that Wisconsin's got to capitalize on to be able to get some momentum, get some of those points.
Early substitution here. Ronnie Porter checks out. Sanaya Copeland checking in. And we talked about Sanaya Copeland, obviously out for the first few games of the season with an injury. Came back and started. But today, this time, Deanna Jimenez getting the start over her in the 2 position as she tries and takes it past half court, finds Jimenez. Gets fouled on the pass. She had Sarah Williams wide open in the paint, and that's the thing with Penn State is they have a very high pressing offense, but if they're able to find a way for Wisconsin to get past half court, they're leaving players like Sarah Williams wide open.
Exactly, and that's a player that you can't leave alone. She is the heart and soul of this team, and while Wisconsin has learned to play around Sarah Williams, now they've really got to capitalize, but they have Sarah Williams open.
Wraparound shot from Natalie Leisinger. Perfect through the net. Badgers trying to cut into the deficit built by Penn State as a missed pass from Kapinis sends the ball the other way. So Wisconsin with a few baskets here in the last couple of minutes. Still down 17-6 halfway through this quarter. As a couple more substitutions come in here for the Nittany Lions. Mariah Murray is going to check in for Penn State. Block pass by Sanaya Copeland. She recovers it herself, but a jump ball is going to be called in the possession arrow of Penn State. So Penn State causing another turnover once again, as there's a scuffle on the court here following the whistle, Rachel.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Necessary response there for Penn State to break that scoring drought as they continue the high press offense against the Badgers and create a turnover off of it. Owusu from the foul line. Jumper is good.
And she's someone just playing with ease so far. Every shot she's taken, she does it so smoothly, and that's exactly why she's finding success.
And this is only her 9th game for Penn State this year. You mentioned it before, Rachel. She didn't start until January for the Nittany Lions and has been putting up some incredible numbers as Ronnie Porter tries to respond a response here as she gets fouled on the shot. Substitution coming in. Tessa Grady checking in for Wisconsin, and she's one of those players that is really good from beyond the arc, Rachel. As Ronnie Porter takes her first foul shot, that one is unable to fall. Porter, a 71% shooter from the charity stripe this year, having herself a really great season outside of Sarah Williams, the only other player to average above double figures for scoring as she makes her second free throw.
And Ronnie Porter is someone that the players look up to, the freshmen that have come in. They can see she didn't get as many minutes last year. Now she's coming, playing all the time, and something that they really look up to, and she's someone that's become an energy leader as well.
Brigham tries to go for the cross-court pass, but it's stolen away from the Badgers. Porter to Grady in the corner. Dump inside to Sarah Williams. That one's tipped away by Owusu. Badgers now doing a little bit of a full court press in response as Penn State slows things down on offense. Owusu, another jump shot. Same one as before, but that one just rolls out of the basket. Wisconsin. Ronnie Porter taking it from the wing. She'll give it off to Hallie Douglas. Give and go, cross-court pass to Tessa Grady. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. They find Sarah Williams in the post. She's able to say it. Step back jumper, that one too strong. Quick steal though from Sanaya Copeland. Give and go to Ronnie Porter, that is blocked by Owusu. Couple of opportunities for the Badgers, unable to fall. And a foul is called.
And what a series of events as well. I mean, Ashley Owusu taking advantage of the mistakes she made and being able to get that ball back, and then Ronnie Porter taking some shots as well. A little bit of back and forth, scrappy action is what makes the game so fun to watch.
Penn State trying to hold on to the 10-point lead with a minute left in the period. They'll give it off to Odin. Gives it to Pintu. Back on the outside, that's Marisa. Into the post. Kapinis facing a 2-on-1, had nowhere to go. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They go back to Kapinis for three. That one nearly bounces in but rolls out. Penn State able to get the offensive rebound and is eventually fouled following the play. Tessa Grady's gonna get the call for that one. Quick substitution. Natalie Leisinger tucking in for Grady following her foul.
Yeah, giving it to McKenna Marissa to getting that foul. She's someone that's so impressive for the Penn State team.
Penn State able to inbound cleanly. Jayla Odin gonna run down the clock. 12 seconds left, about 10 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Odin's gonna get called for a travel, so another turnover by Penn State.
And that's something Penn State's got to be careful of. They already found themselves in a little bit of turnover trouble earlier in this quarter. If they continue this, Wisconsin's going to be able to capitalize on that.
Both teams at 6 turnovers already in this matchup. Both teams average very high in the turnovers, but for Penn State, while they have a lot of turnovers, they also create a lot as well.
Exactly, and they're being able to capitalize on some of Wisconsin's turnovers as well.
No shot clock for this final possession from Wisconsin. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Ronnie Porter gonna man the ship for the Badgers. Ashiga looks for a screen to be set. Passes it off to Jimenez at the top of the key. 5 seconds left. Gonna call an offensive foul on Sarah Williams for a block in the back. So Penn State now with just over 4 seconds to try and get a shot off.
And if they move the ball the way they typically do, they'll be able to get that shot off as well.
Talked about the turnovers. Penn State has had 3 turnovers in the last 2.5 minutes. As Owusu is going to try and take something with a second left on the clock. Gets the buzzer beater. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Owusu.
I mean, she's just someone that plays with just such ease. And you can see she just didn't even think, just took the shot just so smoothly. And that's, again, why she's finding success.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
For the foul. Because it looks like the officials are going to take a moment to talk about what just happened. But for Leisinger, that would be her second foul as she head over to the bench for Marissa Mosley's squad. Give and go to Owusu off of the baseline inbound. Looking for someone, goes to the outside to Campbell, who drives in. They find Grace Hall, that one unable to fall, taken down by Sarah Williams. Jimenez to Porter. Porter looking, gets the double team, takes it all the way back out to half court. Finds Copeland. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll go back to Ronnie Porter at the top of the key. Gets the screen, a pull-up jumper. That one unable to go. Nittany Lions, quick transition offense. Will go outside to Chesky for 3. That one barrels in.
And Penn State able to capitalize on some Wisconsin's missed points that they've had, these opportunities, and now playing that full court defense is really preventing Wisconsin.
Chesky with 15 points in this half as Ronnie Porter with the response is good.
And what's so great about Ronnie Porter is her height. She uses that to her advantage. She can weave through and use that speed that she has to really find opportunities.
Standing at 5'4", but plays like she's 6'1", a really good rebounder and stealer for this team on defense, as Kapenis is left wide open for the wing three as it bounces up, and Sarah Williams able to snag that one. Trying to cut into the 6-row run that Penn State has caused over the last minute as Jimenez, that driver unable to go. Kapenis, 2-on-1 opportunity, takes it all the way herself for the basket.
Wisconsin is finding these opportunities. They're just not able to finish, so if they can clean up that, they can cut the score a lot more if they're just able to get that follow through.
Stole by Owusu, who goes up, gets fouled at the shot. Gonna be on Brooke Schrammick for her first foul, and Owusu had the one-on-one opportunity. Looks like a clean block by Schrammick, but she's gonna get called for the foul.
And Ashley Owusu in that game against Iowa, I mean, she went 10 for 14 in the most recent game when it comes to free throws, so someone that is able to find success on the line.
78% shooter on the year, and we've talked about her name a bunch in this first half. 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field. She makes her first free throw of the game. Just a really good all-around player. She also had 4 assists in this game already, as well as the second one rattles in and out, but Penn State able to get some more opportunities for points as they get the offensive rebound. Owusu, screen set, takes it all the way inside, finds Chesky from the corner. That one unable to fall. As the Badgers, quick transition offense, finds Jimenez wide open. The layup no good. Back and forth battle. Chesky found open once again, driving from the baseline. Didn't like her shot, so they'll give and go and reset now. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Ronnie Porter going for the jump ball. She gets the call, so Wisconsin retaining possession here.
And this will be a huge possession for Wisconsin to retain as they're getting these opportunities, as we just saw one just now, and just not able to find that finish. And that's exactly what Wisconsin has to be able to do to even try and bring the game a little bit closer.
Badgers find themselves down 15 with 3:24 remaining in the half. As a quick double team causing some issues, bringing the ball upwards, but eventually able to get it to Tessa Grady. Schrammick on the high post, long two, that one unable to fall, but Grady gets the recovery, unable for the second chance opportunity as Kapenis takes it all the way herself. She's gonna muscle up, gets the and one and the basket. Really great play there by Kapenis to take it all the way herself.
Yeah, Penn State's just been able to find success when they come to the transition. They're able to get those shots off even when they're getting fouled, and then getting to that foul line. They're being able to find just so much success in that play.
5'10" Leilani Kapenis going up against the 5'4" Ronnie Porter, and able to get the basket and a chance for one more here to send Penn State to a lengthy lead as it rattles in and out. Allie Douglas able to bring it down for the Badgers. And you can see the Penn State talked about that press before, as Tessa Grady with the response. Good from the left corner. Talked about that Penn State offense as shot from Allie Campbell is unable to go. Tessa Grady tried to save it, but ends up giving it to Brigham instead. So they're gonna call a whistle here against Brigham. As I was saying before the back and forth happened, we talked about this Penn State pressing defense, but as soon as Wisconsin's able to get past the half line, they've found a lot of success. Looking at the play there. Penn State with the inbound to Brigham. Back to Kapenis on the near corner. Brigham unable to control the pass, nearly gets stolen away. They're gonna call a reaching foul against Brooke Schrammick.
And something that Wisconsin just got to be careful of with getting these fouls. They're giving Penn State opportunities to move the ball and move that offense that they're so successful in.
Brooke Schrammick's going to get called for her second foul, trying to hustle back against Brigham. Now Brigham with a chance for some free throws. First one bounces out. Shoots about 68% from the charity stripe this year. The senior transfer from George Washington has played and started in all 23 games this year for the Nittany Lions. The Badgers inbound, able to get it across. Jimenez gets tripped up on the drive and causes another turnover from the Badgers.
And turnovers have been the name of the game. While we talk about how many Wisconsin has, Penn State has had just as many as well. They're just able to find success when they have the ball, whereas Wisconsin hasn't been able to finish.
11 turnovers from Wisconsin in this half. Penn State has been able to capitalize 12 points off of them. As Murray for the three, too strong on that one, brought down by Hallie Douglas. Jimenez looking for a play, will hand off to Copeland. Copeland finds Douglas at the high post. Gives it back to Sarah Williams. Thought about the three, now she'll take it. That one rims and ends for Sarah Williams, who is 2 for 2 from downtown today. And that one took all of the area in the rim before eventually falling down. Cross-court pass to Murray on the other side. They'll give it to Kapinis in the paint. As the first shot is no good, but a foul is going to be called here against Wisconsin. It'll be on Hallie Douglas, who's going to get called for the foul. Wisconsin with 5 fouls in this half so far.
Which is something they got to clean up a little bit and be careful, especially when you have a player like Allie Brigham coming to the line. I mean, coming into this game, she's 17 for 25 in free throws so far this season. So someone that's been able to be successful when she has the opportunity.
Allie Brigham once again at the charity stripe for the Nittany Lions. Perfect on her first throw on this trip. Against Iowa, started the game and played 10 minutes as the second one is unable to fall. Had 8 points in that game as well. Really good inside of the post. Douglas gets blocked by Brigham.
As well.
No shot clock here as there's only 19 seconds left on the game clock as it's stolen away from Penn State. Three-pointer, no good, but Penn State recovers. They'll go back to Owusu, 10 seconds left. Owusu looking, dribbles around Porter, step back 2, unable to fall. And that's gonna be it for the half. Penn State up 40-26 on the Wisconsin Badgers. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action. Jumper is good. a necessary basket for the Nittany Lions to regain the lead from Wisconsin out of the timeout. Ronnie Porter at the half-court logo. Hands off to Douglas. Give it to Leisinger on the outside. Williams looking, finds Porter at the top of the key. Jumper from Porter, good response by her. Back and forth battle here at the Kohl Center as the Badgers regain the 1-point lead.
And that's exactly what the Badgers needed to do. You know, Penn State being strategic, calling that timeout to quiet them down, quiet down that momentum, and so to come back and get those points is going to be crucial for them.
Owusu jumper, too strong on that one, taken down by the Badgers. Ronnie Porter looking for a screen to get set, hands it off to Douglas. Back to Porter on the right wing, spins around a Penn State defender, 2-on-1, finds Douglas at the elbow. She's got that one. And the Badgers extending their lead, making 10 of their last 12 to take a 3-point lead over Penn State.
And not only that, they're on a 13-2 run over the last 3 minutes. Penn State hasn't been able to find those success, that finish that Wisconsin was missing in the first. They found it's almost like roles have reversed.
Wild shot by Owusu, unable to fall, brought down by Sarah Williams. That is her 9th rebound, by the way. Check that, that is actually Sarah Williams' 10th rebound. So the double record of Teresa's Huffs from 40 years ago has been broken by Sarah Williams. And incredibly enough about this record, she gets it done 41 years to the day after Huff did it back in the 1980s.
I mean, Sarah Williams, someone's just played so impressive. I mean, had an impressive season last season, but to come in and just really take advantage of being that star, she's played into that role, and that's why she's finding so much success.
Only a sophomore for this team, showing promise. A very young Marissa Mosley squad this year, one of the youngest in the Big Ten, as the travel's gonna get called against Douglas and the Badgers. So Penn State with a chance to get right back in it as the give and go between the two players, unable to turn out the way that they were hoping to. And now Chusky and the Nittany Lions looking for the response. Chusky 2-on-1, dribbles around them, finds the bounce pass to Kapinis. Hand off to Pinto, drives it in herself. Shot does not fall, but she will get fouled on the come up. So she'll have a chance to shoot 2 from the charity stripe.
And this is where Penn State really needs to take advantage of having these foul shots. That's where they found success in this third quarter. That's the only way they've been really able to get some points. So to have this opportunity is a crucial one for them.
Pinto, the Mozambique native, misses her first from the charity stripe on this trip. She was 1 for 2 the last time a few minutes ago. She has a chance to put Penn State back by 2, and she's able to. Wisconsin struggling to find the inbound, eventually able to get it back to Hallie Douglas. Nearly caused a 10-second clock violation, but the Badgers able to get around as Sarah Williams is going to get called for a foul as she was driving in the restriction zone. Looks like she's going to get called. My apologies, actually going to be a blocking foul on Pinto. Wasn't sure for a minute if that was going to be on Sarah Williams or not. Obviously very aggressive post play by both of these teams, trying to establish dominance inside whenever. But Sarah Williams coming off of that 9th straight double-double, adding on to her points total, as she's got 17 for the day. Chusky had 15 points in the first half, has not been able to find the basket since. They'll hand it off to Murray, driving inside against Williams, and that's going to be a charge against Murray. So the frustration continues for Penn State here in this third quarter. as they are in a 5-point deficit against the Badgers after being up as much as 15 in that first half, Rachel.
Yeah, Wisconsin's really been able to come out, really play aggressive and fast and play Penn State style, and they've just found success in it.
And that was the thing. As soon as Wisconsin was able to get it past the Penn State defense, they have really clicked on offense in this second half. As Sanai Copeland, baseline drive, tries to find Ronnie Porter. Gonna get called for the turnover. Ronnie Porter thought that Chesky might have had a hand on it. So Penn State not completely out of it. Gets a chance here, as it looks like the fans wanted a call after looking at the video board. Chesky to Owusu. Owusu driving inside, layup for her is good.
And she's someone, when she starts finding success, the Penn State can build off of that. They can know that one of their key players, once they get going, build off of that energy, and that's exactly what Penn State needs to do to kind of cut this deficit.
Copeland gets the screen set, but a whistle is called before. It looks like one of the officials is going to go over and talk to Penn State head coach Caroline Keeger. But the Badgers will inbound it here with about 70 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They'll find Ronnie Porter once again. Cross-court pass to Copeland. Baseline drive by her. Bounce pass to Sarah Williams. Goes out of bounds, but they're going to say it was off a Nittany Lion hand.
And Wisconsin just being able to capitalize on those turnovers that Penn State is having. Turnovers have kind of been the name of the game since the start, and just Wisconsin being able to find success in those turnovers Penn State is having.
Wisconsin really has been able to limit the turnovers in this quarter. Only 3. Because they had 12 in the first half. Ronnie Porter from the wing. That one just a little too short. Brought down by Owusu. Owusu taking it up herself. Finds Chesky from the left wing. That one too strong. McKenna Marisa able to bring it down for Penn State for another opportunity. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 30 seconds left on the game clock. Chesky trying to find somewhere, finds a line, wide open Marisa, who drives inside, but is going to get called for a foul before the shot goes off, and they're going to call that on Marisa for a charge. So Penn State, with the opportunity to cut it to 1 or tie it, gets called for a turnover instead.
And McKenna Marisa, someone who's been very quiet this game, hasn't had any points, which is very surprising as she just recently hit 2,000 points in her career. Someone that's really good on the offense for the Nittany Lions, just not being able to find some success today.
And for a player that averages 15 points per game, she has really not been able to find any luck so far in this one. As the Badgers able to get it past half court, Hallie Douglas trying to go all the way is going to get fouled before the shot. Going back to Marisa, we talked about it, one of the most prolific offensive players for this team. She hasn't really taken many shots either, only 0 for 1 on this game. Has had a few rebounds, but hasn't been able to do much after.
And she's someone as well who has really made her mark at Penn State, the only Lady Lion to rack up 1,750 points, 500 rebounds, 400 assists, and 175 three-pointers in a career. So someone that's been so strong for this program in general.
Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Hallie Douglas for the Badgers as she gets ready to shoot a pair from the charity stripe. Really great comeback story for her. Tore her ACL early in the season last year, was out for over a year in recovery as she misses her first free throw there. Over a year in recovery, comes back at the Kohl Center against Butler, scores a basket within a minute of her coming back into that game, and she misses her second free throw there, but has definitely been increasing in minutes, especially tonight as Brooke Schrammick has had to sit out with some fouls.
And it can be so hard, especially when you tear that ACL as someone who's done it. That back and forth movement, that sideways movement is really hard on the knee. And so getting that back in, as you can see, she still plays with the brace, but someone, like you mentioned, able to find success, able to come back, and that's what's been so fun and impressive to watch.
Ronnie Porter gets called for her third foul, so a few players with some early fouls as Penn State trying to give it to Kapinis for the last second shot. Gets blocked by Hallie Douglas. Penn State with one more opportunity here in this third quarter with 1.5 seconds remaining.
And there's someone that can move the ball fast. If they can get that pass off quick, get a shot off quick, they can find success and tie up the game.
Wuju gonna inbound it for the Nittany Lions. Trying to find somebody, bounces it off of Sarah Williams, so that takes about 0.6 seconds off of the clock. So Penn State now with 1 second to get a last second shot off. Wuju finds Brigham back for Wuju, that one too short.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Talking about Jimenez getting the start of the game, as now they're going to say it was actually off on Wisconsin. But going back to Jimenez, getting the start in this game, but only playing 10 minutes as you get a replay there. Really a close play, could have gone either way. But a few more substitutions for Penn State as well, bringing in their starting lineup in these last 5.5 minutes here, Rachel.
And that's exactly what they got to do. They know they trust their starting lineup. Their lineup had success early in the game. If they can create some of that success they had earlier, they can easily cut away this lead that Wisconsin has.
Wuju taking it all the way around for the basket, cutting the deficit to 5 for the Lady Lions. Copeland to Leisinger, getting it past half court. Go to Ronnie Porter on the outside. Natalie Leisinger with a response on her own. That one a little too strong on the layup. Now Penn State with a 2-on-2 opportunity, but Marisa tried to take it all the way herself. She's got 5 minutes to do it and 5 minutes to help bring back Penn State as ball is tipped away from Sarah Williams. As she heads down to the baseline and is able to get it to Brooke Schrammick, who was unable to get the basket, but will have a chance to get some points from the free throw line after getting fouled. Foul's going to be called on Leilani Kapinis as Schrammick seen her play for about half of this game, as her first shot is good. Only 2 points to show from it though. Had some foul trouble early on, had to sit for a little bit, but one of the senior leaders of this team grew up about 2 hours from Wisconsin, as she goes perfect from the charity stripe. And it's so important to have that experience, especially in a team as young as Wisconsin.
Exactly, bringing that experience, you can help mentor, you can help lead the team. That's exactly what Brooke Schrammick does. And then you take a look at Penn State, where their whole team is these veteran players that have tons of experience and doing what they can to try to get back to NCAA tournament.
Kapinis pull-up 3 is short, but Wuju there for the recovery and put back. Penn State trying to climb back in it, still down by 5. As they continue that high court press against Wisconsin, who's able to get it past the mid-court line. Schrammick to Copeland. Pass attempted for Williams, but it was unable to fall. Now Penn State with an opportunity on the other side, but Kapinis not able to convert. But there is a foul on the floor, and that'll be on Wisconsin. So Kapinis back to the charity stripe. So far in this game, only 1 of 3 from the line. Kapinis in this game having a pretty good homecoming showing. 9 points as well as 9 rebounds, as she just enters the double-digit scoring.
And she's someone that's on a 2-game double-double streak. See if she can continue that today in the next few minutes.
Need 1 more rebound to get it for her 3rd straight, as she's able to go 2 for 2 from the stripe to put the Lady Lions back in, only trailing by 3. Wisconsin, 5 seconds left to get it past the midcourt line, are eventually able to. They'll slow things down now with Copeland and Porter. Porter being guarded by Jayla Oden. Looking for a screen. Eventual pass off to Copeland. Brooke Schrammick trying to find Sarah Williams again. Recovers her own rebound. Copeland, long 3 as the shot clock was running out. Bounces off of the rim and out of bounds. So a good defensive possession there from the Lady Lions. Still a 1-possession game here with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left.
And that's exactly what the Lady Lions needed. Something like this turnover. Wisconsin's been playing very clean in this second half. Being able to capitalize on those turnovers is exactly what they're going to have to do, especially now that they're in crunch time.
Marisa taking it for the Lady Lions. Step back 3. She finally gets one. And we are tied here at the Kohl Center. Marisa finally able to get her first basket of the night. Porter getting it across the midcourt line. They find a running Sanaya Copeland, but Sarah Williams able to get the putback for the Badgers and 1 to put themselves back up ahead.
And you could really see that Penn State full court press coming into effect. Once they get that point, they're able to find kind of their room, their rhythm. But Sarah Williams just capitalizing on rebounds, doing what she does best, being able to get those points while drawing the foul.
And Wisconsin really needed a basket there. They were on a scoring drought of almost 4.5 minutes before Sarah Williams was able to put them back on track as she completes the 3-point play. 22 points, 11 rebounds. It's been a real big leader for this team as a sophomore. As a Wushu to Chesky for 3 as she finally breaks her scoring drought for her first points of the second half. Back and forth battle here in these final 2.5 minutes. The Badgers able to get it across to Sarah Williams for the layup. Punch, counter punch between these two teams, at least all through this second half. As Awuju gonna try and go for the counter punch as Marisa unable to get that one to fall. Now the Badgers slowing things down here. 2:15 remaining on the game clock. Badgers leading by 2 after coming back by down as much as 15 in that first half. Copeland finds Schrammick at the baseline. Sarah Williams at the top of the key. Can she get the 3? She gets fouled. And that's gonna be on Brigham, who's gonna get called for her 3rd foul. So Sarah Williams now with a chance for 3 shots from the charity stripe to put the Badgers up by as much as 5 with 2 minutes remaining.
And that'll be a huge momentum shift for the Badgers as Penn State's just starting to find their groove a little bit, finding their success on the defense that they normally are so good at. And putting Sarah Williams on the line really can put a damper in that.
And the shot looked good before it was tipped away by Brigham, as her first free throw is good. And the biggest thing about Sarah Williams from last year to this year is her dimension in scoring. Last year really was only able to get it done from the post, but we now see her as a 2-dimensional, even 3-dimensional scorer as she goes 2 for 2 so far from the stripe, putting together a very solid second half. 28 total points. She has a chance to add on 1 more and goes perfect from the line. Really big set of free throws there by Sarah Williams to put the Badgers back up by 5. Awuju now with the response, push off, gets that one to rim in. Awuju finds herself over 20 points in this matchup. An exemplary scorer for the Lady Lions as they cut the deficit to 3. Ronnie Porter with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. 90 seconds left in this game. Gets a screen set. They'll give it to Brooke Schrammick. Thought about the 3. Will drive inside. Nowhere to go. Gives it to Copeland. Copeland, corner 3. That one too strong. Awuju and these Lady Lions trying to hurry it up. got about a minute to get themselves back in this game, and they'll try with Marisa. Step back jumper from the elbow. That one is unable to fall, but on the pass, nearly gets stolen away. Over 2 from the charity stripe, but 3 for 3 from the field in this game. So not a bad person to have off of your bench as she struggles to get it inbounds, and the Lady Lions are able to get a turnover on their offensive side of the court. Absolutely, as fans at the Kohl Center are on their feet. Marisa inbounds to Chesky, being guarded by Ronnie Porter. They'll give it to Owuju, as she's gonna get called for a travel and a turnover against the Lady Lions. Marissa Mosley is gonna call a timeout, trying to guide her team to a big time victory over Penn State.
And really capitalize on that.
Inbound passes tipped by Pinto. He's gonna try and give and go with Odin. Timeout is called by Keeger, as almost a violation there against Penn State was going to cause another turnover. A superstar game here at the Kohl Center we've been treated to, as Chesky gonna quickly bring it in, but we'll kick it outside to Marisa. That one too strong, brought down by Sarah Williams, as she'll get fouled before she was able to get the pass out.
And this is going to make for an exciting 23 seconds. Obviously, the shot clock is now wavered, so Wisconsin can hold the ball. But this is where Penn State's aggressive full-court press, their insane defense, really comes into play.
A pair of crucial free throws from Williams as well. Talked about just what a season that she has had for this Wisconsin team, leading them in virtually all stats as she's able to make her first free throw. You talk about the inspiration of women's basketball and some of these young fans as she makes her second one. Sarah Williams, definitely a role model here in Madison, only in her second year. Owuju to Chesky, trying to get a basket up quickly as a whistle's gonna be called before the shot was off. Looks like that's gonna be a foul on Ronnie Porter. That'll be Porter's 4th foul of the game, but 16 seconds left, obviously would stay in for here. Penn State not yet in the bonus, so they will have to inbound and try and get a quick shot off. As Owuju going to inbound it, as she gets tied up. That's Leilani Kapinis. Both Sarah Williams and Brooke Stramick there to stop that. Stramick's gonna get called for the foul and will have to come out after fouling out of this game.
And what an impressive game she's had. She's just, her presence, even though the stats don't quite translate as much, her presence has really been so strong for this Badger team.
Absolutely, a really true leader for this team, as Owuju, not that much time to get a shot off, brings it around and in for the Lady Lions. It's been knotted up at 17 apiece in this 4th quarter alone, but Rachel, you said it, that 3rd quarter from Wisconsin, 24-7 is what kept them in this lead, as Leisinger finds Ronnie Porter for the inbound. And eventually she's gonna get fouled. Actually, they're gonna call a jump ball instead. Possession arrow retains for Wisconsin, as they were given the arrow. So took about 4 seconds off of the clock. Surprisingly, Penn State, I thought they would foul there, but they decided to try and go for the jump ball instead. Natalie Leisinger gonna inbound it one more time for the Badgers. She finds Dianis Jimenez and now is going to get fouled by Shea Chesky.
And Penn State almost kind of go for it. They know they can press. They know they can play that full court aggression. If they can find a way to kind of intercept, get a quick three, they can tie up the game. And I think that's what they were kind of going for there before they tried to foul.
Absolutely. Jimenez in the bonus, so being sent to the free throw line for the Badgers. Crucial pair of free throws coming up for the freshman out of Cape Coral, Florida. Shoots about 75% from the stripe this season. She was 1 for 2 in her last game against Northwestern a week ago. As the first one rims in. And the Badgers take a 4-point lead. 3.8 seconds to go. Jimenez, one more free throw to put the Badgers on top. Jimenez, second one, spins and in. And that'll about do it for Wisconsin, leading by 5. The Lady Lions would need a miracle here as Kapinis airballs it out as it's taken down by Sarah Williams. And that'll do it. The upset at the Kohl Center on this Super Bowl Sunday. The Wisconsin Badgers take down the Penn State Lady Lions 69-64.